In the afternoon light, those shadows can play a big factor when part of your course is in the sun, David Bailey, and part of it in the shadows.
You go back to the tennis, like the U.S. Open up in New York. The shadow moves across center court during the finals, and it really affects how those guys read the ball off the serve. Here, you got a lot more going on. The little fuzzy ball coming at you at 100.
What must be running through this young man's mind right now? Big relief should he win, and there, if he laps LaRocco's in 5th. Incredible.
I've never seen anything like this, Art. I've never. There he goes. LaRocco's cool to get out of the way. I don't think LaRocco's impressed at all, but I am definitely impressed with the kind of ride. This is a career day for Carmichael. He had to have it to beat McGrath, and boy, he has really pulled away now.
Here's Jeremy McGrath in 2nd place. Well, for Carmichael, he's never before known a win drought like he's been going through. He's gone 21 250 races without a victory, and coming into the 250s with all the horns blowing. Once Jeremy McGrath came in and won the title in his first year of 250 action, then every phenom that's ever come out of the amateur ranks has expected to do that. And I think Ricky now is maturing into this role
quickly. You know, this is his 2nd year on the 250, and look what he's learned. He's already picking up a win at the place that everyone wants to win at Daytona over McGrath, who's been on a hot streak. And no excuses that I can see from McGrath today. Carmichael has just outridden him, and I'll tell you what, I think a lot of credit needs to go to Johnny O'Mara, who's been such a great friend of Carmichael and has worked with him on his fitness. Told him, hey, you are not cutting it with what you're doing. You need to step up the pace. They worked really hard, and it shows.
Villeman in 3rd. Can Ricky right now get to 3rd place?
I don't know if there's enough time.
I doubt that there's enough time, and Ricky, of course, doesn't want it. He wants to see those laps go away real fast right now.
He could catch Tortelli, though. That's within his grasp.
Can Ricky Carmichael become the first rider to win both 125 and 250 race in Daytona? No one's ever got that double.
This is just a marathon right now. That shot of Villeman going around the corner a moment ago, he's just, you could tell he's going, please put out the white flag. These guys are so tired right now. Their hands are sore. The backs of their knees from gripping the side of the bike is chafed because sand gets all in your pants, in your boots. One year here, I got so much sand in my boots, it was like a size 7 at the end of the race.
And heavy. No 125 Eastern Supercross champion has ever won a 250 Daytona race.
He is on his way
to the finish line once again. Jeremy McGrath, not really laboring, trying to hold his pace, but losing time to Ricky Carmichael. Let's go down to Davey Coombs.
Johnny, I know you've been a close friend of the Carmichael family for years. You've been helping Ricky train. You've been waiting for this moment right here. What's going through your mind?
I'm just so proud of him. I know he's got a lap to go, but he's going to do it. And he couldn't have picked a better one to win as Daytona in front of his fans. And it's the toughest one, too, so he's going to get a lot of confidence after this.
I think a lot of the credit has to go with you. You've got this guy looking as strong as possible. He's out here riding hard. He's using his legs. He looks like a man.
Yeah, well, I've always tried to emphasize to him that you got to be physically fit, and that's one thing Ricky's always listened in me, and today it's showing. And I think he's just going to, from here on, it's just going to be that much easier for him.
You can tell by Johnny's voice, he's been yelling a little bit for him this week.
Yeah, he's a little hoarse, isn't he? Johnny O'Mara, one of the fine champions in 250 Supercross and 125s as well, who never won here at Daytona. He knows what it means to win at this track.
He came close. The year I won it in '84, Johnny was closing on me, and he made a mistake, went off the racetrack. That's what allowed Johnson by, and then he just bonsai'd it over the finish line jump. Thought he got second. They didn't give it to him, and he was so mad he didn't go to the trophy presentation, and I kind of agreed with that because he really felt he had it, and I saw him do it. He's probably a little choked up right now. It probably has something to do with the way his voice sounds, but I'm happy for Johnny because I know that he is so proud of Ricky, works so much with him, and I'm glad Ricky listens.
The white flag is flying for number 4 on the Team Kawasaki, Ricky Carmichael. One more tour of this circuit, and Ricky Carmichael breaks the Yamaha string. Team Kawasaki has just got to be holding their breath right now as the Yamaha of Jeremy McGrath still rests in second.
Imagine the celebration for Kawasaki. It's been a while since they've been able to pull off a Supercross win.
Yamaha's won 8 straight victories here to start the season. But Kawasaki hasn't won. Team Kawasaki hasn't won since Jeff Emig at Dallas in 1997. The last winner on a Kawasaki was Tortelli opening up the 98 season.
I'm wondering what Chad's got in store for the pit board. It'll be something good.
He said it feels good on that pit board.
Yeah, there it is.
Almost to a snail's pace.
Well, he's got such a huge lead. He looks over at Jeremy. Jeremy's backed his pace down because he knows he has second locked up. So Carmichael could stop and take a bow right now and still finish this race in the lead. Larocco's got to put on the brakes. He doesn't want to have to go another lap. He's going to stay behind. Well, I guess he is going to pass him as they go by. Ricky gets the board from the Chad.
He's pumping the hand to the fans too. Ricky Carmichael. There's Chad Watts, his mechanic, who's been with him through all that 125 success and all the depression and frustration of not being able to win a 250 race. Ricky Carmichael will become the first Floridian to win a Daytona 250 race. The checkers for Ricky Carmichael, who darn near coasts over the finish line.
He's tired. He's got to be tired.
Jeremy McGrath will take second place.
We're going to see some tired boys down there. These guys have worked so hard for this.
Chad Watts going over to meet his rider, as is Davey Coombs, to get some very happy words, I suspect. His very first 250 Supercross victory. Number 4 circles around the Daytona track on the pavement to thank the fans. We'll be right back in just a moment. Well, another monumental, historic moment at America's oldest Supercross venue as Ricky Carmichael has a most perfect day of his life. Ricky lapped all but the top 4 riders. McGrath coming in second. Conditioning might have played a part, as David Bailey pointed out from 2 weeks ago in having the flu. Villeman in third, Tortelli fourth. Larocco went from last to 5th. Let's go down now to Davey Coombs.
Ricky, I know that you've got 25 national wins and about 1 million amateur titles and things like that, but this is different, man. This is special. You just won the Daytona 250 Supercross.
I tell you, this is the biggest one of the year. I had to work for it. Jeremy was right there on my tail the whole time, and man, I just gave it 100%, and I wanted to go as long as I could, and I made it past that halfway, and he started falling back a little bit, but he don't have to win. He's won plenty of them this year. He's not, I mean, the championship is a long shot for me. I'm sure if I was up there racing, he would have gave it a little more, but I'll take it any way I can. He rode great, and I was just on today. I tell you, my Kawasaki was running great. Chevy trucks, all them guys. I'm Fox. Man, I worked my butt off. I tell you, I'm tired.
Hey, one last question. What did that lap feel like when you rode around the pavement?
Oh, it was the best, man. I wish I could do it many more times, man. I tell you, I'm beat.
David Bailey knows what that ride is like, that's for sure. As we take a look at the 250-point situation now, Jeremy McGrath with a 27-point lead on David Villeman. Larocco 44 points back. RC is still in 4th, 64 points behind the leader, and Kevin Windham rounds out the top 5 points-wise. But taking a look from up above, David, that's an amazing ride, is it not, on the pavement?
Well, you know, it's so different in so many ways from any other Supercross, and to be able to get up there on the banking and get that close to the fans where the cars are going 190 through there, the history here, it's a special place, and Hannah's taken a couple of those rides. I'm sure Stanton and Kudrowski have. I got one in the bank, and I'll take it.
Pastrana wins his first 125 Pro Series race here at Daytona. Ricky Carmichael doubles up. He takes his first 250 victory in Supercross action. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs saying thank you so much for being with us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, go.com.